Let's continue looking on a brush creator, and currently we're looking on the brushes, the shapes, and we're going to look on dotted line. Again, we on a ribbon selecting for our particle system just in case, so we can preview easy some of those. And also as a shape, blending mode set to normal, and we can pop up opacity a little bit higher. Actually, now let's leave it 90 so we can somewhat see through them. And you'll notice right here we're selecting currently line, and we have two options open. If we switch to the dotted line, now we have additional options for the dots. Let's go ahead and enable dots, and as we're enabling, we have properties for our image, opacity, and also properties for the dots. Notice this, that even we start drawing, the lot of coloring and everything will also affect from the palette panel, where you can select color, gradients, or image. So this is really responsible for the coloring, and our shapes were responsible for the shapes and opacity of our brush in this step. So let's go ahead and look what we have. Of course, same like in a sequence, we can use an image, and let's go click on an image where we can preload it at different images from collections or from import images. And before we do this, you know what, let's go create a new vector layer so we can modify it. One thing that's similar to the sequence when we look, with exception, you notice on the bottom we have it plus, minus, and go through. So on this case, we actually can create a set of different dots. Let's go look what we have. So we'll go select first is a dot, and to create second one, we'll just click a plus, and now we have a 2 of 2. And for the second, we can create a cross. And if I want to change the first one, I can go back and select, for example, star. Notice as we're changing, 1 of 2 is changing, so we can. And let's go create maybe one more. And for this one, we'll go and create maybe triangle. Okay, so we have 3 shapes, 1, 2, 3. What's happening when we start drawing? You'll notice now we have all of those 3 shapes applied. So in this way, we can create all different type look like particles. Let's go ahead, click on edit. At this point, we can actually modify as well. What's happening if we delete one? So we can go click X, and notice as we're deleting, we're going back just to one shape. So you can add multiple different shapes to this. As well, we can upload different images. In some cases, we can have it very complex or very nice. For example, we're going in one of the projects, we're going to create a fall leaves, kind of a leaf effect. So we can upload it actually our own PNG to this. But also we can always just come and select different. Let's look on the properties. We have the size, and currently it's size set to our dots. But notice also we have an option to enable pen sensitive, pressure sensitive if we're using Vicom. If we enable here, we have our value where it says maximum value. So if I set the value to, for example, 50, it's meaning my maximum pressure value will only going up to 50, equal if I select 50 in here. So it's what size will be. Let's disable this. But you always can set any size of this. We also have it next is size jitter, which allowed us to change randomness add to our size, and we can see we can have it very small or very big. If we take this all the way to the 0, will become to more uniform size. However, we still have a little bit difference, and you can notice, but it is dramatically reduced. Same opacity jitter, we have it from different opacity going around all the way, and we can have it with the minimizing as well. Notice we still have it some opacity, but this is really related more to the brush beginning and end, some other opacities effect. But overall, right here we have our opacity and size jitter. Spacing, it's allowed us to put a different spacing between when we creating particles. So when each particle created, we can specify how often we want those particles generated. As well, we have the spacing jitter, which add randomness in the spacing. And we can go to all away, which is become a little bit more uniform. Again, it does not give a total uniform location, but it's getting closer to this. Okay, next we have a scatter, which is displacement against our, and you can see against our vector, where we have our path for a brush. And if we bring this to the 0, it will have it attract more to the path and stay closer to this. So our space jittering. Okay, angle jitter also will allow us to rotation, so we have it more uniform, and you can see right here how they're displaying. They're going on top, all positioning same way, and we can add angle jittering to our based on a path. Again, depend on what type of the brush you're using. You maybe want add jittering. Maybe if you want to go with flames or other ones, you maybe don't want it. Also, we have a flow trajectory. So, for example, if we set to the 0, and you know what, let's switch this maybe to plot shape. You notice how they're going orientating top. If we enable follow the trajectory, you can see how it start going with the trajectory of our brush. So in this case, it's more going with our path. Also notice positioning of all these particles. It's not just depend on our shapes, it's also depend on what type of particle system we use it. Example, if we switch to the flames, you can see how the positioning and everything is changing already. And same if we're using follow, it will be more straightforward. And if we're going to, for example, elastic, let's go to the dotted line, dots, so we'll reselect it. You can see how the more natural effect and influence of velocity and speed is affecting this.